Chris Jones and the Chiefs.
3rd and 11. The heat's coming. Lamar gets out of the way. Flips it to Justice Hill. Had to get to the first down line at the 40, and he did. No flag is thrown. Jackson from the pocket. For Flowers, he's got it at the 33-yard line of Kansas City. And a first down. 30 yard. And Jackson pulls it, keeps it, gets a block downfield, and Lamar Jackson takes it into the red zone. About a dozen pounds, down to 205. Henry out of the backfield. And Jackson running with guards pulling, and Lamar taking off, propelling himself to the 5-yard line. 2nd and 2. Henry running right to the goal line and in. Let's see. Yes, he is in for the touchdown. On his first drive, King Henry.
The snap, and as you turn around, I want you to think about what the Chiefs saw there.
He's on one side, Suamata is on the other side. That is the rookie. A lot of attention on the starting left tackle. Slant right away, complete to Rashee Rice. Moved Rice, comes underneath, and there he goes. Rashee Rice into the secondary to the 36-yard line. Gain of 16 and a Kansas City first down. That gets you the 15. It wasn't inside the opening. This is the speedy man, Xavier Worthy, the fastest man to the end zone right away. His first touch, a Kansas City touchdown. Oh, man.
We needed our auto racing guys here to call this one. Watch him take this turn, 4.21 seconds. No more worries about whether or not Kansas City has any speed. Beep, beep, here he comes. Golly.
From the 30, Jackson floats it out. Likely the tight end's got it across the 45, gain of 50. He needs 6. Pressure comes. It's Hill out of the backfield. Beautiful open field tackle by Justin Reed, the safety. Stops him after a gain of 2. Sitting in a suite right below us. First down from Mahomes. Scans and dumps it out to Pacheco. In the open field, Isaiah Pacheco. Big gain of 23.
Mahomes knows how to work.
33, Mahomes in the middle. Rice on the run again. Rashee Rice, 19 more yards.
Category.
Now Nambi, Matabike. Samaje Perine is in. Chiefs just picked him up. The pressure's on Mahomes, and he is stopped. Bacon in trouble. Ball is out. Jackson nearly fell on it. It's still loose at the bottom of that pile. The pressure came from Chris Jones, and Kansas City has recovered. Mahomes firing in zone. It is caught and then dropped. Juju Smith-Schuster, who is back with this Chiefs team, and Marcus Williams came up. Butker missed 2 field goals all of last year from 32. Knox went through to give Kansas. Chiefs bringing 4. Jackson's got running lanes here. Steps up. Chiefs are waiting for him. Put that shoulder down in midfield, but not going much further.
They love to run Jackson here.
There we go. Flowers on the edge. Brought down by McDuffie. Trent McDuffie's one of the best in the league.
Go, right.
3rd and 12. Deep drop Mahomes. Runs away to find space, fires on the run to Kelsey to the 30-yard line. A perfect play for Patrick Mahomes to set the Chiefs record for most passing yards.
Even. Sunday.
Bringing 5, and Crosser is the speeder. Xavier Worthy chased down by Brandon Stevens. They gave the ball up at midfield, held KC to a field goal in the red zone last drive. Can they do it again? Twisting rush. Mahomes pressure. Lobs it for Worthy. Broken up. Beautiful defensive. Butker on for a 31-yard try. And his second field goal puts Kansas City up by 6.
You know, I had one in the Super Bowl, too. I understand the pain of that.
2nd and 4 with a flag down. It is Henry for a first down and more. Midfield. Lamar taken off with purpose. 13 yards. He goes down at the 37-yard line. 5 in the pattern for Jackson. Pressure's on. Lamar jumps and throws. Nothing doing. Last year, a rare bad spot in his resume. 1 of 5 from 50 plus. From 53 tonight, no. Earlier tonight, Chiefs take over. 2 timeouts to the buck 50. Mahomes hit as he threw, and was it scooped by Smith? Ruled a pick for the moment at midfield for Roquan Smith. 44, Chiefs bring 4. Lamar Jackson taking off. 30 seconds remaining. Sidearm swing, likely out of bounds at the 18-yard line. From the 19. Jackson, Isaiah Likely takes it to the 10-yard line. Harbaugh calls for timeout.
This offensive line has to hold up here.
Jackson looks Likely's way. It's covered. Throws underneath. It's deflected by Chenal with 9 seconds to go. Likely alone to the right. Jackson tries to put it up. It's incomplete. The short stuff from 25. He is knocked through. And it leaves a couple of seconds on the clock. A week ago, he's the back. Mahomes double clutch in traffic and caught on the run. Rashee Rice through the secondary to the 42-yard line. A big gain for Rice. So for right now, Rice is eligible to play. Pacheco back in. Mahomes, great move to complete it. Justin Watson in the middle of the field. Got to the sideline on his own. Penalty takes it to the 14 for Mahomes. And the Chiefs, Noah Gray inside. First down to the 2-yard line. Mahomes brings Worthy back. Pacheco to the right, to the goal line. Pacheco. The fight continues. He falls into the end zone. Touchdown, KC. Would not be denied.
So Kelsey really with the great initial block to sort of lead the way through there. I thought they probably would have blown that dead right there, but they never did because Terry, I guess he's just rotating out of there.
You know, it looks like he's being pushed back, and there is some measure of a time. At the goal line, they give him a little more leeway.
Butker's extra point sneaks in the right side through the second quarter and on into the third. Jackson straight drop. Hill let free out of the backfield, and that time Baltimore got him with Justice Hill. It's now Henry as the back. Jackson fakes that way, throws to Mark Andrews to the Chiefs side of midfield. First down. Tucker tried long field goals in this direction in pregame warm-ups. 3rd and 12. Jackson fires. Incomplete, broken up at the last second by Jalen Watson. Coming up here in the U.S. in October, so chance for her to be at the game tonight. 3rd and 3. And Mahomes throws to Kelsey. He held on to the ball as well. And the second timeout, 1st and 10. Underneath throw, and there it is. They've hit Rice again.
He has been making plays on those kind of balls his entire career.
Mahomes gets it to Samaje Perine. The recent acquisition was so good. Clowney's off to Carolina. 3rd and 5 here for KC at the 40. And now for Perine. Got his head around late, couldn't reel it in. And no Chris Jones out there for the moment. Jackson on play action. That's complete. Bateman stops and spins. Only one timeout. Jackson goes quick. Nothing open. He takes off as well as anyone. And there's Lamar into the secondary at the 42. Bryant. The quarter begins with 2nd and 17. And the Chiefs leading by 10. Lamar Jackson chased by Chanel and Karlaftis to Likely downfield. Isaiah Likely with a block down the sideline. Likely inside the 5 to the end zone. Touchdown, Baltimore. Lamar kept it alive and Likely finished the run. And the Ravens are right back in it.
Give Likely a chance. That's all you have to do. This is a brilliant play. by Lamar Jackson. He could see the defender with his back to him, just throw it and let Likely make the adjustment, and he makes a huge run after the catch to go with this play. Just fantastic football. I tell you, right now, I think he's been the guy.
Justin Tucker adds the extra point, and the Ravens get in it with a big play. John Harbaugh is actually surprised to find out that he's the second oldest current coach in the NFL. Mahomes to Rice on the sideline. Kim is younger, but that was the older brother giving the little nod. Mahomes, he'll escape. He can do it like Lamar, too. Completes it to Gray again. Mahomes fires. Run in. Xavier again. Worthy for a touchdown. Number one has 2 tonight.
Just inexcusable, completely blown coverage on the outside. Marlon Humphrey assuming he had some deep safety help in behind. There was none. And Patrick Mahomes, you give him a freebie, he does not miss. Do you see that little look out of the corner of his eye? He said, really? And I think worthy is worthy.
Buckner's extra point. Derrick Henry in the back. Ravens got to have it here. Remember they're down to 1 timeout. They go to their speedster, Zay Flowers.
And go for it there.
Jackson pulled it. He kept it. Wait for that block on the edge. Oh, what a spin move. Lamar Jackson to the 31-yard line. Need at least a field goal and a touchdown to have that group ready to go. 3rd and 4. And Andrews gets back up. He can't get there. Now they're going to rush out and try to get it here on the ground with Henry. Hit behind the line of scrimmage, but it doesn't stop Derrick Henry. Chiefs bring 3. Leave a spy for Lamar. And it's Chanel who got him. 32, it's a 1-score game with 4:54 to go. So we redo 2nd and 10. Mahomes will screen it with Pacheco. Reed Humphrey, the center, out blocked it for him. Rolling over bodies. Never had a knee or other body part down and gets him the first down. Chiefs first down here. Lock this one up for KC. It's Mahomes under pressure, stepped up, deflected, and Mahomes caught it. And it's just going to be a gain of a yard. Chris Jones rushing from the edge. 87 yards for the Ravens. Jackson's first pass. Sideline Isaiah Likely. Derrick Henry on the sideline. Justice Hill more the 3rd down back and passing game stuff for the Ravens. He releases. Jackson steps up. Chased by Chanel. Got away. Spinning around the 30-yard line. First down for Lamar. Jones this whole drive living as an edge rusher here. Chanel comes as well. They'll throw it that way behind them. And likely another catch getting out of bounds. Show blitz. They bring 4. Jackson throws on the run to Bateman. He brought it in. Inbounds clock runs at the 11-yard line. Final half minute. Down to 19 seconds remaining. They'll take a shot. It is Jackson. Taking a lot of time. Throws it to the back to Likely. Incomplete. Jackson sliding up, throwing end zone. Incomplete. Flowers was wide open. Chiefs rush 4. Lamar trying to make magic happen. Throw it end zone. Likely 2 feet down. Yes! Touchdown! What a play! Isaiah Likely! Going for 2 and the win.
Let's make sure.
Oh,
Very close.
oh.
Is there enough to overturn?
Oh, that's on. That's on the line, isn't it? I think.
Terry McCauley's going to have to make this call, but it looks like that toe's on the line, Terry.
I agree completely.
Oh.
The right toe's on the line. It's out of bounds. This is going to be reversed to an incomplete pass.
Oh, my goodness.
That's a toe. by a toe. The opener looks like it'll go to the Chiefs because this will be game over. Showing the replay up on the big screen now that you're watching here at home. Unbelievable look down the line there. Gives you that definitive look you're looking for.
The runner's toe hit out of bounds. It's an incomplete pass. The game is over. Kansas City has won.
27-20. The Chiefs win on opening night by a toe.